Good evening. It's exactly 8 p.m. here in our studios in Douala, and you're welcome to the news on Canal de English with me, Annette Some. Our lead stories for tonight: 12,600 liters of illegal pesticides confiscated in Douala as the fight against the production and sales of fake pesticides intensify. 72 hours after gunmen attacked Mombo, a locality in the Mongo division of the littoral, security has been beefed up. As Cameroon prepares to commemorate International Mother Tongue Day tomorrow, Canal de English investigates on the place of local languages in today's Cameroon. And out of the country, Yoweri Museveni of Uganda has been endorsed as candidate for the 2021 elections. Developments will be yours right ahead. We begin with this information where the court case of Ayok Tabi Julius Siseko and 9 other interim leaders of the self-proclaimed state of Ambazonia has been adjourned for the 7th of March 2019. At the military court today in Yaoundé, the judges ruled on the status of the leaders as Cameroonians, a decision that urged defending lawyers to walk out of the courtroom while standing against the fact that no room was given for appeal. One of the defending lawyers, Barrister Don Christopher, has stated that the military court is incompetent to establish the nationality of the detainees. Onto something else, the fight against the production and sales of fake pesticides in Douala, Cameroon's economic city, is intensifying, and increased complaints of poor quality pesticides being sold in local markets. To this respect, 12,600 liters of illegal pesticides were confiscated following a TFOP, as we hear in this report with Ambo Gladys Ndiban.
These pesticides of doubtful quality was discovered in the house of one Mr. Joseph Fotzing in the Mabanda neighborhood in the Douala 4 municipality. The discovery follows several complaints made by farmers over the poor quality of pesticides that were circulating in the markets.
We received a complaint from Solevo, saying that there's somebody that trying to manipulate his product. And then we came, and then during our investigation, we made this man that is manipulating phytosanitary product without any agreement, without any authorization from the Ministry of Agriculture.
12,600 liters of these fake pesticides were recuperated from this home by a joint team made up of officials of the Ministry of Agriculture and Security Forces under the watchful eyes of the local population, astonished with the discovery. Officials say its fabrication and packaging is in violation of the law.
Without any authorization from the Ministry of Agriculture. So we first came, and then we took a sample to really know what active ingredient is using, manipulating. So the result came from the laboratory, and then the minister gave order to seize that product and then to destroy it.
A family lives in this home where the fake pesticides is produced. Officials have expressed worries over the health of the occupants.
These products are like a medicine. If you consume it in a bad way, it may be harmful for your health and may even kill you.
The discovery of these pesticide factory is among several illegal factories hidden in neighborhoods in Douala, with sometimes the complicity of the administration. It is expected that this discovery will put an end to the circulation of fake pesticides in markets in Cameroon.
Inhabitants of Carrefour Ajib, a neighborhood in Douala, have expressed sigh of relief following the arrest of two alleged criminals. The two, specialized in the theft of motorbikes, were molested by the local people before being transported over to the Dedo Gendarmerie. Crystal Katala completes the story.
Dramatic end for these two alleged criminals specialized in the theft of motorbikes. They were caught red-handed in the act at Carrefour Ajim neighborhood in Douala. He tried to steal a bike at about 2 a.m. Boys in this quarter succeeded in laying hands.
Le matin, ils ont donc décidé de les amener à la gendarmerie.
They tried to steal a bike at about 2 a.m. Boys in this quarter succeeded in laying hands on them and kept them till morning. They then decided to take them to the gendarmerie. The other alleged criminal succeeded to escape the mob and ran to the gendarmerie.
Il s'est trouvé à la gendarmerie.
This massive crowd gathered before the Dedo gendarmerie is mostly constituted of commercial bike riders. Their wish is to see these culprits raised from their midst. You struggle to raise money up to 500,000 francs, buy a bike, and a nobody like this comes, presents a knife before you and take it away. They are really making things uncomfortable for us. You cannot buy your engine and even use it for a week. They will seize it. This woman praises the mob's reaction and asks for more severe treatment. At the time we left the scene, the second bandit was weltering in his own blood in the midst of an angry population, which was, however, happy to have laid hands on them.
Well, security has been beefed up in Mambo in the Mongo Division, Littoral region, 72 hours after an unknown gang of men attacked the locality. Activities are said to be slowly resuming, but the people still fear for their lives. Regina Leke Fonjatanda reports.
It's been 72 hours since unknown gunmen attacked Mambo, a locality in the Mongo division of the Littoral region, bordering the southwest region. Life seems to be slowly getting back to normal, but the people say uncertainty still looms.
Presently, we don't really know what
Since the event on Sunday, we still live in fear. Activities are yet to fully resume. Even the motorbike riders who have resumed work have only done so timidly.
the activities on Mobile they will ever take place. They don't see take.
Administrative staff have resumed work and are busy examining files on their tables, but the divisional office of Mambo remains shut down. Security has been beefed up and the military vehicles can be seen parading the town. The people of Mambo have lauded their administration for responding to the threat of the attackers.
We Papa Dio way there for here. It don't make effort.
Our divisional officer has done much to instill order. I am no longer afraid. Security has been beefed up. When I was going to the farm, I saw military planes flying in the sky, surveying any possible act of terror. And I told my sister, look, security has been beefed up.
So Papa, be very, very happy for our Dio because
As the people of Mambo timidly resume their activities, they have only one wish, that the dreadful attack of Sunday, which left 2 dead, doesn't repeat itself.
We remain in the Mongo Division, where the Konsamba ground-to-ground artillery regiment is hosting some 61 trainees of the Yaoundé War College. The practical phase will permit them come face-to-face with field operations. Kejang Henry Atembe reports.
61 trainees of the Yaoundé War College have taken another step in their practical lessons with a visit to the Nkongsamba ground-to-ground artillery regiment. Coming from 23 African and European countries, the delegation from the Yaoundé War College was led by Major General Isaïe Gambu, director of the Yaoundé War College. The 61 trainees grapple with more practical knowledge and skills on the organization of ground-to-ground operations. They came in contact with combat arsenals used by this regiment during their exercise. From Nkongsamba, the trainees will move to Douala to continue their practical lessons.
Well, we move over to Yaoundé, where the Prime Minister and Head of Government, Joseph Diangote, today paid a visit to the promote site. He evaluated how business is unfolding as he visited many stands, and amongst the stands visited was that of Canal de International. Tabby Clarkson reports.
The promise of Prime Minister Joseph Diangote to visit the stands at Promote was respected this Wednesday, February 20, as he visited stand by stand, exchanging with the various exhibitors. 3 to 5 minutes, that is the time that Prime Minister Joseph Diangote allocated to each stand. Business persons, international institutions, public enterprises, government ministries were visited. He also visited press organs with a stop at the stand of Canal de International. Received by the General Manager, Joseph Foto, and other members of the Canal de staff, Prime Minister Joseph Diangote, who came during the entertainment program Nous Chez Vous, presented by Francis Laplage, spent some few minutes discussing with the personnel of Canal de International. The visit of the Prime Minister to the stand of Canal de International at this year's International Exhibition for Enterprises is a signal that Joseph Diangote recognizes the good job of Canal 2 in Cameroon's media landscape. Prime Minister Joseph Diangote left the Promote site with a sentiment of satisfaction that this 7th edition of Promote, the biggest economic gathering in Central Africa, is a success and Cameroon will have to benefit from it.
Well, we remain at the Promote site, where the stand of Canal de International has become one of the major attractions at the event. And what is so special about the stand? An answer with Beatrice Ngamo.
Once again, Canal de International confirms her position as leader in the media world here in Cameroon. For this 7th International Trade Exhibition for Enterprises, SMEs, and Partnership of Yaoundé, Promote 2019. The first private TV station is very well present. The architecture of her stand, and indisputable females that do not leave anyone indifferent. Even personalities of the Republic do not hesitate to visit and appreciate the symbol of intelligence and radiance, positioned at the summit of the Comnyada Hill. The enterprise as an engine for national economy, Canal de International mobilized a powerful team of young, passionate professionals to satisfy the exhibitors and public. Extraordinary deployment, the production official, René Jubo, says, very important for the best at such an international jamboree as concerns technicalities and production. 1 week for Canal de International, Canal 2 English, Free Africa, Sweet Radio Vision, Canal Movies to offer her potential partners live programs at the sites with precise objectives. Playing a major role in information and communication among Etoile, the heads of the 2019 Promote Project ads have come to give her customers the exposure they need and exchange with them on possibilities to implore or to improve the quality of services she offers. Today, the partnership between Canal de International and Promote continues, contribution in economic consultation known. This, as the Director General Joseph Foto received in the name of the channel a diploma of recognition for supporting this enterprise exhibition. Running for about 10 years, the Director General of Canal the International Frames, main media partner of Promote, and this goes with financial support also. A great motivation, acknowledged, saluted with all pride. Through this renewed confidence, Canal the International continue to play a role as normal development actor, unique television, who in 2013 received the prize for innovation during the Ethel SAT.
The plight of Cameroon's indigenous people has come under review at an international conference in Rome. The challenges Cameroon's agriculture faces were equally discussed by the Cameroonian delegation, and the government of Cameroon has been urged to do more in support of local initiative. Regina Leke Fonja Tandan reports.
Agriculture remains the backbone of Cameroon's economy, employing 70% of its workforce. But this vital source of employment is faced with several hurdles, as explained by one of Cameroon's delegates to the just-ended 42nd Governing Council of the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD.
Cameroon, like the other countries in Central Africa, the challenges are around productivity which is so far low. The challenges are also around the access to markets by the small producers, and also the challenges are around the policy aspect of the agricultural development. What are the policies that enable the environment so that the different actors, whether they are public, they are private, they are from the farmers' organization, so that they can operate to make benefits and to develop the agriculture.
As delegates brainstormed in Rome on ways of innovating agriculture, it was equally an opportunity to review how far IFAD's projects have come in Cameroon.
So for the past 4 years, we, for example, developed and introduced in Cameroon what we call the incubation approach for promoting youth-led businesses in agriculture. So basically the youth are selected based upon their project ideas. They are sent to what we call incubation center. They stay there for 3 to 6 months depending upon the type of their project. They prepare a business plan. That business plan gets funded by a grant and then by a credit, and then they start their business and they are followed up for 2 to 3 years to make sure that the business is rising.
This year's Governing Council focused on rural innovation and entrepreneurship. And for this to be a reality, a youth fund has been launched to accompany IFAD's vision, and Cameroon will be a beneficiary.
Agribusiness Capital Fund, we call it the ABC Fund, and that will be able to finance directly the private sector beside the financing we provide to our member states in sort of grants and loans. So we have this financing that is directly targeting the private sector, and we are hoping this to be, the future of IFAD. So this is also being discussed by the governor, and there is really hope that this will start very soon, and Cameroon will be one of the benefiting countries.
On the sidelines of this year's conference, representatives of indigenous communities equally discussed the challenges faced by indigenous people. Such was the case with Cameroon's representative.
The indigenous people of Cameroon, precisely the Bejan people found in the Central region, face enormous agricultural problems. They have difficulties producing. The biodiversity has been destroyed by wildfire, and they face the effects of climate change firsthand.
According to delegates, a forum on indigenous people is a headway in addressing the problems faced by indigenous communities.
Le forum mondial qui se tient aujourd'hui ici à Rome va permettre de consolider ces acquis.
All this international forum in Rome will be an opportunity to push the Cameroonian government to adopt the policies that can ameliorate the conditions of indigenous people. Additionally, sharing experience with people from Asia, the Americas will help indigenous people to borrow from their success stories.
The Cameroon government has equally been exhorted to fund projects carried out by indigenous people.
L'agroécologique, l'agriculture qui ne détruit pas l'environnement. Et nous pensons que le gouvernement camerounais
Agroecology is a form of agricultural practice carried out by indigenous people in Cameroon, precisely the Bejang agriculture that does not destroy the environment, and we think that government of Cameroon should fund directly such projects and encourage networks which train these people.
With rising levels of hunger and poverty in the world, there is urgent need for governments to support local initiatives that can help boost food production and attain SDG number 1 and 2 of eradicating poverty and attaining zero hunger by 2030.
Linguists, culturalists, and anthropologists are all divided over the place of local languages in Cameroon's society today. As Cameroon joins the world to commemorate the International Mother Tongue Day tomorrow, Kejang Henry Atembe tries to find out the place of local languages in today's Cameroon.
Languages are the most powerful instruments with which a people preserve their heritage. Here we are talking of the mother tongue, which by definition is a language spoken by one's ancestors. I want to test my local language savvy and to find out whether or not I'm fit to be called a true son of my ancestors. Let me meet someone with whom I can exchange. Nzela.
Inshallah.
Gosugeka.
Mambe daga tomi so we bofe chop.
Ngamba. Osungu sabala.
Isoto sing tomi kitang kumi tomi pia.
Ogu fat so no kono fella.
Tomi so ngumyondo pondwala. Ngukendonzi makang. Ngumetita mbokesela.
Okay. So, Kamarad is telling me that he is roasting fish and fish cost between 1,000, 1,500 and 2,000 francs, and that he sells fish with myondo or fried plantains. Now, Cameroon is coming incidentally from East Cameroon, or what we call La République du Cameroon. I come from southern Cameroon, or what we call West Cameroon. We were separated by the Europeans, and they call him a francophone and call me an anglophone. Yet we speak the same language. Linguists, culturalists, and anthropologists are divided on which language should be used as a national language in Cameroon, a country with more than 240 local languages. They are fetched from the reservoir and came up with about 10 which are codified.
I don't think it's pride as per se, okay? It will be in ignorance first of all, okay? I don't remember of any war of languages in this country. Maybe it exists somewhere, but I'm not aware of that. That one language wants to dominate the other. No, okay? Well, we have a group in Jan Division and Meme Division called Oroko Cultural Group, okay? Within the Oroko Cultural Group, you have Bakundu, which is slightly different from Dikobe, Balwe, which is slightly different from Ngolo, which is slightly different from Bima, Balonba Nanga, Batanga, okay? Those are shades of a main language. So we can follow those shades and see a major language now, okay? And then now we agree to come up with codes for this major language.
Lastly, the question now is, how are these languages helping Cameroon as a nation when 96% of its people cannot speak Ewondo, Douala, Mungaka, Fefe, Womala, Lamso, Fufudi, Bassa, Ntumu, or Shomum of the Bamun people? Cameroon will commemorate the International Mother Tongue Day with renewed commitment to reiterate its linguistic diversity. Yet the Europeans have come in with French and English, and these languages have created a rift between us. Should we allow our mother tongue to disappear? The answer is certainly no. Kejang Henry Atembe, reporting for Canada English, Douala.
An interesting report from our senior reporter Kejang Henry Atembe on the mother tongue. We now move to the south region of Cameroon to find out how commercial bike riders in this part of the country shake off the day's stress. And in the following report, Ambo Gladys Dibang tells us that either they find themselves on the tree shades discussing topical issues of the day or share a common glass of what we commonly call as matango. This report.
The spreading canopy and crown of trees usually provides shelter for people who seek recreational needs in parks or in their homes. In Cameroon, it is also a meeting point of discussion. The phenomenon, which was already disappearing in Ebolowo in the south region, is gradually being re-established by commercial motorbike riders. These bike riders are men who face sufferings daily. They gather at these tree shades to discuss their challenges by consuming the locally brewed palm wine. While savoring the palm wine known as matango, the discussions usually take another level as they enjoy the cool breeze and temporarily protect themselves from the sun's UV rays.
Tout ce qui se passe au secteur des mototaxis, l'endroit prioritaire pour le moment, c'est sous cet arbre.
The appropriate place to talk about our problems is under these trees. We equally do daily contributions here. These thrifts help us pay our rents, and to have clean jackets always, we also contribute washing soap.
Notre part de les aider à laver leurs blousons. Voilà pourquoi nous avons instauré le système de la cotisation du savon.
Apart from these activities that take place under these tree shades, these commercial bike riders are drilled on conflict resolution management, as most of them are addicted to drugs.
Ceux qui ont consommé ces drogues sont un peu agités. Vous comprenez? Quand ils viennent ici,
those who consume these drugs are always agitated. We take time to counsel them on the dangers of consuming the drugs, especially tramol. Even with palm wine, there is need not to exaggerate its consumption. This surrounding is also a ground for the collection of lost articles, which the bike riders later transport to the appropriate owners.
And out of the country, Uganda's Yoweri Museveni has been endorsed as candidate for the 2021 elections, while Rwanda wants to move forward in the ban of plastics after the 2008 ban that has produced far-reaching results. This and more in the following roundup put together. Uganda's ruling party has endorsed President Yoweri Museveni, 74, as its candidate for the 2021 elections. The National Resistance Movement agreed in a meeting chaired by Mr. Museveni this Wednesday that he should continue leading the movement and the state in 2021 and beyond to eliminate bottlenecks to transformation. In 2017, Mr. Museveni signed a bill that scrapped the presidential age limit of 75. The UN Commission on Human Rights in South Sudan has expressed outrage over renewed fighting in the country, which has forced thousands of people to flee their homes. Armed men are said to be attacking villages, taking women as sex slaves, and setting fire to homes, often with people inside. Rape cases have increased, and the government, including all other forces, are being called upon to respect the peace agreement signed last year. The Rwandan government wants the parliament to pass a bill banning single-use plastics in the country to protect the environment. The draft bill suggests a 2-year moratorium for companies to stop manufacturing single-use plastics. Plastics were first banned in Rwanda back in 2008, but some plastic materials are still used, including mineral water and juice bottles, straws, and single-use dishes. The government wants to take a further move to ban these too. This report brings us to the end of the newscast tonight on Canal de English. Thanks for watching.